check, like, first off, let's just synthesize a couple of things. Something that you guys, ever since I posted that video on Twitter, have been asking me a lot about the drums. So we can start with like a snare, which is probably the most like convoluted thing. In Bitwig, there's this thing called E-tom, and like Bitwig has these native things called, I mean, a couple different DAWs also have those, but it's called the E-clap, the E-cowbell, the E-hat, E-kick, E-snare, and E-tom. So I'm gonna use a couple of those to synthesize a couple of things. So we're gonna start with the Tomzy. I hope you guys can hear everything well. It might be a little bit quiet. So snares are usually around 170, like heavy dubstep snares around 160, 170, I think. Polish YouTubers? No, not really. The only Polish YouTuber I watch is a guy called SciFun. Interesting shit about science. It's like a Polish Vsauce. I'm not streaming this Thursday. I mean, yeah, TuneBite, because this Thursday I'm playing in Australia, so I won't be able to. I'll actually probably be like already in the hotel after my show, the time I'm supposed to stream. Melt the plastic and then put it on your head while it's hot so it will mold to shape. Sure. Any advice for students or amateur DJs who want to DJ in the future? Yeah, pick your style, man, honestly. And you can practice at home. You don't really need a pair of CDJs at home to be able to practice. Like, I don't own a pair of CDJs. Barely any DJs own them because they're super expensive. So you practice on any sort of even MIDI controllers that you can get your hands on. Yeah, don't get gear. You can learn live, man. DJing is easy. It's the production bit that's a bit difficult compared. Okay, anyway. Cool, Tom. This is gonna be our transient. This is gonna serve as the meaty first couple milliseconds of the initial snare. Are my European shows 18 plus? I'm guessing so. Yeah, they're usually 18 plus. That's what's weird about shows in Europe, that they're usually 18 plus. I mean, it's actually weird about American shows that some of them, or even Australian ones, tend to be 21 plus. Like, dude, give me a fucking break. When you're 18, you're already old enough to go partying. I mean, Jesus Christ, wasting 3 more years of your lifetime on not going to party. Anyway. Cool, so this, I'm gonna tube it to make it way more stronger. This is the SPL twin tube, something I've been using a lot lately. Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, because my microphone is a bit close to the whole thing. I can switch to the headphones, no worries. Forgot about that. Fucking hell, man. So yeah, should I put the the headphone pad in the microwave? Maybe that's gonna be even quicker than a hairdryer to make it larger. Alright, now you should be hearing everything for the audio itself, so I can crank it up. I can turn down my volume, my vocal maybe, my voice. Alright. So now, because the pad is slightly fucking fucked, I hear everything a little bit 10% pan to the left, so... Well, anyway, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. There's this thing called Disperser, which I recently got, and I'm on the 30-day trial, and it works fucking wonders. It's like a transient shaper based on the frequency. There's just literally 3 things you can change in this thing. Compare this. We are at 160, 170, something around there. Compare this to this. This is great, honestly. So we already pretty much have our transient. Next up is E-snare, which is going to serve as like a tail of the 200s and the hiss around 7,000, 8,000. That's gonna be the crispiness. Oh shit, I should have put it on the here. So yeah, we got the tom, which I'm gonna just create like a tiny little. And the same signal goes to the snare, which for now is just this. So we're tuning to around 176. Let's go with 176. 175 is fine. I'm gonna make the noise a bit more decay. Whoa, dude. Tune bite.
AFAM WHAT quote S that song that goes like doing bomb 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 ooh of doing bomb bomb ooh of より小さい there ice a shorter WOOB and THENIT quote S ooh of You know with 7 double quote O double quote quote S Capo have a good stream Y quote all 1ごったらん
Okay, so it's dying bomb 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 wob dying bomb bomb wob. That could be anything from Skrillex to Truth. Fuck. I don't know, Tune Bite. You tell me. Have a good stream. You gotta run. Where are you going, dude? Thanks so much for the dawn. Tune Bite. You madman. Okay. I need to probably change the Japanese lady because she takes like 3 times the time to actually read a donation out. You guys are crazy with that, so I'm gonna switch to Polish. The Polish speech is pretty fast. Okay, now she's Polish. So yeah. Maybe the disperser is a bit coming in a bit hard. Next up, I'm gonna put in a dynamics, which will be sidechaining a bird butts. I can only mix on my laptop at the moment, so it's very difficult to make mixes on SoundCloud, but it feels great. Oh, I missed it. Feels great to know that I'm not doing something wrong. No, not at all, man. I practiced on, you know, Tractor on my laptop and mouse and keyboard. That's how I practiced DJing when I started. Liquid Batman, holy crap.
Japanese voice, making everybody's parents think they're watching porn since 16:00. Oh yeah, dziwit to me kawaii
Exactly that, Liquid Batman. That's exactly the case. Yep. So yeah, the dynamics on the snare layer is going to serve as a little side chain, which will be linked to the tom, which is the transient. So I'm going to name this the transient. And the snare will be constantly limited, which is the hiss, rather. So yeah, the hiss will only appear once the transient is done doing its 80 millisecond deed. Something like this, and then I'm gonna keep it up to 10,000 at least. And depends how much you want to cut the low end out of it. It's up to you. And then it's all about doing a lot of stuff in the volume to sort of balance out the volumes. And the third thing is going to be the clap. And I will make it around 1,000, put like a Q in. More resonance, a little bit more width. EQ out the low end with a FFilter Pro Q afterwards, because there's still a little bit of that low end, so I want it to be like very clappy. I want to create that resonance around 1,000, or 500 rather, here. And maybe prolong the decay. I want it to be a little bit longer. I want it to be like duration, same. Another technique to do that even better, if you want to use like a convolution reverb or any other sort of reverb, like in my case, I would just put I would make it very short and put like a Tora reverb from D16 on it with like a piano hall preset. Make it very short. Make sure that the modulation is squishing the sound and constantly changing the frequencies once the reverb is happening. Something like this, so that it makes it more interesting. And also the dynamics right after, so that everything is sidechained to the transient. So that's what it is so far. But I think I'm gonna go without the Tora reverb and just prolong the decay. Yeah, something like this. Now it's a matter of grouping these together. Calling it snare. And EQ on the master. I mean on the entire group. Because you still see that there's a bit of low end that shouldn't really be there. So what you can do is cut it out and boost up that like 5,000ths. That's sort of where the snare presence is. Something like this. Now for the transient, what I would usually do is boost, maybe the twin tube is a little bit extreme here. It really depends how clicky you want the transient to be. And then you can change a lot of things. Tune it down to like 150. Something like this. But then you gotta keep in mind that the hiss will also have to be tuned because it also has a little bit of that. Oops. Also has that a little bit of the lower tones in the hiss. So it's something like this so far. Then we can put another tube, or like an OTT, on the snare, I guess. Oops. And change things here accordingly. Once again, maybe the disperser is a bit too harsh. It's also too long. I think 96 is a bit much. It's not actually the transient that's doing this, that's the hiss. It's got too long of a decay on the oscillator. Yes, that's more like it. Do you tune your drums to the key of the track you want to make first, or do you choose a standard key? I usually try to tune it, try to make like a 5th or a 7th or something. Not sure if you know this, but I can control click on knob in Bitwig and it manually input the... Yes, I know. But it wasn't such a crucial thing at this point. That is sort of it. So now I would probably crank up the transient. Make sure that we're not clipping. So that's why the OTT is there. I should also put like a peak limiter or maybe a transient control. Whoa, Jesus Christ, dude.
Where is the juice? Out of juice. Juice money.
Juice money. Thank you so much, Phase Zero. This is so great. Water for I mean, it doesn't. It's I mean, it's not $13.37, but it's still water. Thank you so much, Phase Zero. Nonetheless, there's juice incoming, I guess. Damn, really massive thanks, man. Well, maybe that's okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe a bit of a longer release. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, yeah. So that's our snare. Also, if you feel like frivolous, you can add some sort of like a metallic overtone on top of it. So I don't know, I would use like Razor. Just something I did last time too. I'll start with the rubber wobbler for now, but I'll change it completely so it doesn't have any sort of resemblance. Oop. EQ this. I know there's a better way of doing this, but you know, just whatever goes at this point. And same dynamics. And Tora Verb will go definitely on this one. And it'll do very nicely. And it's before the EQ. And yeah, piano hall. Quite bright. With no modulation whatsoever, because it would just create this like detuned dissonance or something. Something like this, but also not as wide. Oh, dude, bird buds. Yes, we got it. Thanks, man. It's also a bit too long now. So now it's just a matter of decreasing this, maybe changing the note. I want to go even lower than this. 140, 143 on both of these. Yeah. And now it's all about just adjusting the volumes of separate bands. I forgot to put it into the group. Let me save this for now. Cool. So transient control will do well on the snare bus, I guess. So I want to prolong the tail. And now I can decrease the tail of the clap, actually. Pony Island is waiting. This is a bit too loud now. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And boost up the high end, I guess, of the whole thing. And after transient control, I'll do peak limiter for the snare. To make sure that we're actually not peaking, not clipping, you can put a tool, which is the utility in Ableton. And crack it down to like -7 or -6. Oh, did I? Yes. Cool, so now we're in the safe zone of like a very safe overhead. Snare is sounding pretty fucking dank. It doesn't match the spacebar like I do when I make snares, and it's probably healthy with this computer. I guess. Shit. Is my voice a bit too loud compared to everything? Maybe not. No, wait. I don't know. So that's the snare. Kick drum is going to be even simpler because we're going to use the E kick for that as well. gonna make that into a group already. Oops. Fuck off, Carnage. The kick is gonna be darker. Oops. And once again, disperser, which will add this crazy transienting. What should be our tunage? Yeah, around 50. Just wait. And tool on the group, same as before, -6. Cool, so this is our snare. Whoa. Damn, dude. Famous Spear back at it again with the resub. 7 months, holy crap. Unbelievable, dude. Silent Hype is the new emoticon you guys can use now. It's crazy good. Check it out, try it out. Kick drum. Still feel like this metallic is a bit loud. Maybe it has too many high frequencies here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just needs to be subtle. It needs to be like a nice little... Cool, I'm gonna put maximizer, or just like an isotope for now, on the master, so it's all nicely leveled, because I've adjusted the OBS levels so that my voice is similar volume to the mix down when it's zeroing, but right now we're -6, so I want this to be equal. It's the only reason why I'm putting a master already before even being done. Can you show us in the stream later how you made the falling apart chord stacks? Oh my god!
Almost finished my studio today. Sub coming small room but tried to make the most of it. Thank you for inspiring me, man. Not really introduced me to producing, but you made me come.
Oh,
and
sweet.
it makes me so goddamn happy.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. Pleasure entirely. Wait a second, guys. Sweet, okay, no, really, thank you so much, Liquid Batman. Okay. So the kick can definitely be a bit more punchy. I'm gonna layer it with a transient layer of the same kick, so I'm just basically gonna use not a disperser, it's no longer necessary, but wow, can you hear the difference without and with the disperser? It's unbelievable. What did I just do? Whoa. Whoa, I'm adjusting a macro? What? Damn, dude, my USB sometimes freaks out like crazy. What the fuck? Wow, did you see that? Oh, there we go. So the difference between a kick without the disperser. on, and with. It's crazy. Okay. So yeah, this one doesn't need it, but it needs that high, nice high click. Too long. That's what we need, but not as loud, and also I'm going to EQ out the low end. The falling apart chord stacks, yeah, EDM Kevin. Oh, I was supposed to say hi to the girlfriend, I forgot about that. Hello to all the people watching, by the way. What you're seeing right now is just like my version of doing drums, and it's how I would usually synthesize them. It's not necessarily the way to follow, but it's the way I usually do it. I mean, I've already done it. They're already all exported. I'm just reusing them now, but just to show you guys sort of how I do it. So the chord stacks, unfortunately, the fall was done in Cubase, and this is Bitwig, so I don't really have access to Cubase anymore because I don't have any like USB slots in there anymore, and my dongle is expired or lost somewhere in these drawers. I don't really know, but I can show like a template that I've done recently, which has similar chord stacks attached to them, and this is something I've shown before. It's quite easy. It's just a bunch of super saws and a choir and a square wave doing the overtones. Okay, so this is our little transient here. It's nice and zappy. Could be more zappy. Sort of got it. Cool. So we've got the kick and the snare. I'm not sure what else we could, like, I could maybe put like an imager on the snare and try to push the middles. After OTT? Before? After transient? No. Before transient, after OTT. Yeah, it's very important what order you put things in. Like, for example, sometimes you can put an EQ on a specific track and then put a reverb, which if it's modulated, it will create frequencies and create like harmonics below the frequency that you tried to cut out with the EQ before it. So EQ usually for me should be the last step. I don't know. Maybe it's just something. Look how narrow the snare actually is. Might want to widen that up with a slight little stereo eyes. Sure it's not clipping. But even if it is, we still have 6 decibels of headroom above the 0, and we have a tool in place, which brings everything down -6 anyway, so. Even though it might look like it's clipping on the imager, it's not necessarily clipping on the sequencer. So this is fine. It needs more low end. I don't know, the more I listen to it, I feel like we need to push those fucking 140s. Is it just me? Yeah, I need to push that. Since they're all being grouped together, I feel like maybe the oscillator of the hiss shouldn't even be there. It should just be the hiss. That way we'll keep the transient a bit cleaner. Plus these 2 frequencies of this transient and the low end of this one is not necessarily the exact same frequency, so they will phase out. That will be the problem. So I'm just gonna get rid of the entire thing. So I'm just keeping. No wait, how do I do this here? Oh look, I can widen this. Oh, there we go. I forgot to widen this, so I don't need to keep the imager in place there. Yeah, this is nice and wide now, so this should sound pretty fucking good. Fuck yeah. Okay. And I want to pitch up this metal actually. Cool. So I'm gonna export these. I think they're okay. I think that's pretty neat. Can do